I'm going to put you in a room. In another room, just down the hall, is your partner in crime. You will never get to speak to each other again. And in the next 60 seconds, one silent choice, made by each of you, alone, decides how many years you both spend in prison. This is the most famous trap in all of game theory. And once you see it, you will start noticing it everywhere. Here's the situation. You and your partner have just been arrested. The police are sure you committed a serious crime together, but they can't quite prove it. All they can prove is a much smaller charge. So they try something clever. They put the two of you in separate rooms, where you can't see each other, can't talk, can't agree on a story. And then, to each of you privately, they offer the exact same deal. The deal is this. You can stay silent, loyal to your partner, or you can betray them and testify. If you both stay silent, they can only get you on the small charge, 1 year each. If you betray your partner while they stay loyal, you walk free, and they take the fall for 10 years. And if you both betray each other, you both go down, 5 years apiece. Let's put that on a grid because the grid is everything. Down here is your choice. Across the top is your partner's. Start with the friendly corner. If you both keep quiet, it's just 1 year each. Cooperation pays. That's clearly the best outcome for the two of you as a team. But look what temptation does. Suppose you stay loyal, and your partner betrays you. Now you serve the full 10 years, while they walk out the door a free person. Loyalty just made you the sucker. Of course, that knife cuts both ways. If your partner stays loyal and you betray them, then you are the one who walks free while they rot for a decade. Betrayal is tempting precisely because the reward is freedom. And the last corner, you both betray each other. You each get 5 years. Worse than the 1 year you'd have gotten together, but here you are. Keep this whole grid in your head because now we do the thing that springs the trap. We think it through, coldly and rationally. Put yourself in the room. You don't know what your partner will do, so reason about each case. First, suppose they stay silent. If you also stay silent, you get 1 year. But if you betray them, you get 0, you go free. 0 is better than 1. So if they're silent, you should betray. Now suppose the opposite. Your partner betrays you. If you stayed silent, that's 10 years. But if you had also betrayed, it's only 5. 5 is better than 10. So if they betray, you should betray too. And there's the trap closing. Look at what just happened. No matter what your partner does, silent or betray, your best move is always to betray. It is what mathematicians call a dominant strategy. Cold logic says, betray, every time. But here's the gut punch. Your partner, sitting alone in that other room, is a rational person too. They run the exact same logic and reach the exact same conclusion. So, you both betray. And you both get 5 years. When, if you had simply trusted each other and stayed silent, you'd each have gotten 1. 2 perfectly rational people, each doing the smartest thing for themselves, walked straight into the worst outcome for both. That gap, between the 1 year you could have had and the 5 you got, is the prisoner's dilemma. Now, this was dreamed up in 1950 by 2 mathematicians at the Rand Corporation, and given its prison story by a professor named Albert Tucker. But the reason it became one of the most important ideas of the 20th century is that it is almost never really about prisoners. It's a template. It fits any situation where everyone would be better off cooperating, but each person is individually tempted to cheat. Take the Cold War arms race. 2 superpowers. Both would be safer and far richer if neither built a giant nuclear arsenal. But if the other side might build, you dare not be the one left defenseless. So both build and build and build, pouring fortunes into weapons that leave everyone less safe. Silent would have been best. Instead, betray. Or think about a shared fishing ground. If every boat holds back a little, the fish replenish and everyone eats forever. But each captain is tempted to catch just a bit more, and if you hold back while others don't, you simply lose. So everyone overfishes, and the sea empties for all of them. It's the same trap, scaled up to a whole society, what's often called the tragedy of the commons. Price wars, pollution, climate change. Same shape, again and again. So is that it? Are we doomed to betray each other forever? Here's where the story turns, and it turns on one crucial detail. In real life, you rarely meet someone only once. You deal with the same neighbors, the same companies, the same countries, over and over. And the moment the game repeats, everything changes. Because now what you do today has consequences tomorrow. Economists call it the shadow of the future. In 1980, a political scientist named Robert Axelrod ran a now legendary experiment. He invited experts to submit computer programs, strategies for playing the prisoner's dilemma not once, but 200 times in a row against each other. 14 strategies entered. Some were fiendishly complicated, designed to probe and exploit their opponents. And the one that won, that racked up the best score against the entire field, was the simplest program of them all. It was 4 lines of code, and it's called TIT for TAT. Its entire strategy is this. On the first move, cooperate. After that, simply do whatever your opponent did last time. That's it. And when researchers studied why it won, they found 4 qualities. It was nice. It never betrayed first. It was retaliatory. Betray it, and it punished you immediately, so it could never be a pushover. It was forgiving. The moment you cooperated again, it went right back to cooperating. And it was clear, so simple that opponents quickly learned they could trust it. And this isn't just a computer curiosity. You can watch it happen in the real world, even in the last place you'd expect. In the trenches of World War I, the same units faced each other across no man's land for weeks on end. It was a repeated game, and astonishingly, quiet truces emerged on their own. Don't shell us at dinner, and we won't shell you. Cooperate, and we'll cooperate back. Betray it, and we retaliate. Live and let live, tit for tat, written in mud and barbed wire, with no one ordering it from above. So what do we actually take from all this? Lesson 1. Being perfectly rational on your own can lead everyone straight off a cliff. The stable outcome, the one no one can improve alone, is not always the good outcome. Knowing that is the first step to escaping it. Lesson 2. Repetition rewrites the rules. A one-time deal invites betrayal. But when you know you'll meet again and again, cooperation stops being naive and starts being smart. Because your reputation follows you into every future round. Lesson 3. Straight from tit for tat. Be nice, but don't be a doormat. Offer cooperation first. Punish betrayal quickly and clearly. And then forgive just as quickly, so one bad moment doesn't spiral into endless revenge. And lesson 4, may be the most powerful. If the game itself is a trap, don't just play it, change it. Communication, binding contracts, treaties, and long-term relationships are all ways humans turn a one-shot betrayal into a repeated game where trust can survive. We can't always avoid the dilemma, but we can redesign the room. So here's the strange, hopeful truth at the heart of the prisoner's dilemma. Play the game once, and cold logic says betrayal always wins. But play it again, and again, and again. The way real life is actually played. And something almost magical becomes not just possible, but the winning move: trust. So let me leave you with the question we started with. Alone in that room, with everything on the line, what would you do? Tell me in the comments. This has been the AHA method. If this made you think, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.